Hey everyone, this is Christian Seiler, USPSA National Champion, talking to you today about how I set up my double alpha rig for peak performance. So I'll talk about what magazine size I use, how many magazines I use, the cant and angle, and the setup of my holster. So the biggest thing is having your holster set up in the same spot every single time. So I use my holster as a gauge. This is the Alpha X holster. You can change the cant, the angle, the insert for different guns. Very versatile, very reliable, very durable holster. Love this thing. But this front here, I line up with the front of my right hip bone. So I put the belt on, it's the same spot every single time. So that's my holster. I have it pretty much straight up and straight down. The grip is in line with the belt when I put it in my holster. Follows all the rules and everything. And that's a really solid preference for me. So play around with it so you get a nice draw stroke straight up, just lifting the gun out of the holster. As far as the belt, they have the Double Alpha links offering with the individual links. This is the premium belt. I have both. I really like them. Very sturdy, very reliable, meaning that it's going to flop off. They have these little fasteners you can include in there as well. The double belt system allows your magazines to be in the same spot every single time. So I put the Velcro through the belt loops and goes right on top. I don't need to plug and play or move things or click things on and off. Very good setup. So as far as the magazine pouches go, I have one in the front, one in the side, one in the back, one magnet in the back, and one magnet in the front. So let's talk about it. So these are all angled where I can just swoop my hand down and it feels nice and natural. Just where I drop my hands down, I can grab it. So the first one, obviously the gun's straight in front of me. I drop my hand down and grab that magazine. That's where the front mag is, right in the front here. Then the side magazine here, this is my second magazine to my second load on the side. Not as good as positioning as the front one here, but a very good spot for a very fast reload. So first preference, second preference. On this magazine pouch, I have a magnet. So I have a little magnet cover on it right now. The magnet is really good to have in the front. If you have it right here too far in the front, you can get it hooked on different things moving around. Right here is a little bit tucked back more, right? It's not in a position where my magazine will get clicked on here. So it's just far enough away so my magazine doesn't get clicked on it. But it's also not in the front where I'm going to bang into things. It's on kind of a corner here, also protected by this magazine. So I'm not going to bang into anything, get stuck on it. Not that you really get stuck, but it's kind of like a stoppage for a second. You think about, oh, what happened there? So I like having this on the side here. There's also these little magnet covers so you don't run into your car and get hooked on it. So it makes it a little less strong, but still plenty strong to put a magnet on there and really a solid offering from Double Alpha. And the magnet just screws in right onto this this pouch here. So you can put it on any of the magazine pouches, but I like it here. It's good for unloaded starts. You're not going to bang it on anything. A really good spot for it here on the second magazine pouch for a fast load. I like that little cover on it, because without the cover, it's really strong. Kind of have to yank it off there. With the magnet cover, it's kind of a smoother draw off there. So that's why I like that. In the back, then I have a third magazine pouch here. This is basically just straight up and straight down. Not going for some super fast reload. Just trying to keep the magazines pretty close to the front here so I have good access. So not trying to wrap back too far. It's just at kind of the back of my left hip bone. So if you're trying to put this belt on, trying to decide where things go, use your hip bones, the front, back, middle as reference points. Very accurate spots to set up your belt. So then in the back here, I have another magnet, which I have a big stick on. So let's talk about the size of the magazine. So when I go up there, I load to a big stick. I take this magazine, load one in the chamber, then I put a big stick 170 millimeter mag in the gun. So I put it on this magnet so I don't have to put it on a pouch and have extra weight, extra space there. This is very sleek and tucks in nice to the belt. That's why I use a magnet. If you don't want to use a magnet in the back, you could also put it in your pocket, but I like having everything on the belt. It just makes it really clean and easy. So big stick goes in the gun. I'll set that down. Then from here, if I go to load, I have two 140 millimeter magazines. These are faster, more consistent loads as they're shorter magazines. There's less kind of room for error. You can't miss it. They're shorter. Not that 170s are hard to load. They're just more consistent. We practice these the most. You should also practice big stick loads, a little tip there. But the 140s are faster and a little bit more reliable, a little bit more accurate of a load. So I have a 140 here in the front, 140 here as well. These are my loads, my preference loads, right? If I do have to load to a big stick, I'd obviously put the big stick in the front for my first load. But for most stages, I'm loading to little sticks, so I have two little sticks here. So let's say I shoot the stage, shoot the big stick, I load the little stick, I'm done. I still have a little stick and a big stick to go. Let's say I have this big stick in the gun, and I go bang, and the mag drops. Say it wasn't clicked in all the way, had a malfunction at the start. Then all of a sudden, you may have to grab a 140 at the front, but hey, what if you're planning on shooting 28? Then you have another load to go, and it's not very good. So this is called the O blank big stick. If you shoot and you go, oh, my magazine fell, you can just go ahead and grab this big stick, knowing that you can have the same reload spot, not have to change anything. So if that magazine blows out of the gun at the start, you have a jam, you grab the O blank big stick in the back here, and you're good to go. So now you grab that big stick. Saying you had a really bad mistake where that magazine fell out, really bad jam, you're still good to go with the big stick. Let's say now you go to reload, now you have another mag to go, right? So now you don't change anything, you still have another mag here, even with a big mistake. Let's say you drop this one, I still have another one. So you'd have to have 3 large mistakes to run out of magazines. If you, for say, just ran the big stick here and the 2 little sticks in the front, this drops out. Now you're down to 2 magazines. Now you're down to about 44 rounds of ammunition. Probably enough for the stage, but you're cutting it pretty tight. I've seen people run back for magazines, pick them up off the ground, blow on them and stuff. You don't want to be doing that. You just want to be shooting the stage even when you have a mistake. So I recommend loading to a big stick and having 3 magazines on the belt. Little, little, and big. For limited division, I'm going to toss on a 4th pouch here. So right, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus a magnet loaded in there. And then for production, I usually put 6 plus 1 in the gun. Make sure you have enough ammunition. Play with the belt to make sure you have it in a very consistent spot and also a very fast spot. So get it where it's just real natural. It feels nice. It's comfortable, but also in a very tactical spot. So this is how I run my belt. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about how I set up my belt, why I have these magazines here, and how I set it up. So if you have any more questions, doublealpha.biz not only sells the products, they also have some more videos and information there. You can follow me on Instagram at Christian Seiler Official. We'll be happy to help you with your belt. I get a lot of questions all the time of, hey, do I want this color? Do I want this pouch? Things like that. I'm happy to help you with that. So doublealpha.biz, the best in the business. Been using this for as long as I can remember. So I'll see you guys in the range, and shoot well.